Hello and welcome to Landmark Training Development Company's Urban Farm. Here is the front outside of part of our facility, which we are about to enter into the food pantry. Landmark has several aspects to its operation. One is our food pantry, where individuals whom have a need for food can come and receive emergency food that should last them up to 3 days. We have a client list now that's over 1,000 clients, and we desire to make sure that people have some food to eat. Back here is garden number 1, and this area is primarily carrots. We have red carrots, white carrots, yellow carrots, irregular orange Dante carrots, purple carrots. And in this section we have cherry tomatoes on the east side, grape tomatoes on the west side. Here we have your green spineless okra, and in the back, which is lagging behind slightly due to climatic reasons, we planted it a little late, we have burgundy okra, which is another one of our specialty crops. And we have some plants over here that some are edible and some are medicinal. That's calendula right there, which is a good antioxidant and skin ointment. That's garden number 1. And also you'll see that we've taken some of the carrots and let them go to seed, and we harvest those seeds and replant them. You also see some of the spinach, which we harvested and let go to seed, as well as arugula and various other herbs and items that we start off in planters and then eventually put in the ground. Here is garden number 2, which in between garden number 1 and garden number 2 we have a pond. It's scheduled to be a catfish pond. We've yet to obtain the necessary 3/4 inch plywood pond liner and electrical service so that we can put that into action, because we'll place catfish in that pond as another means by which to provide sustenance to the neighborhood. We're in the Orange Mound area at 2489 Carnes, and this is another a group of tomato plants that we put as an experiment. We've got some dwarf blue curly top kale, some red romaine lettuce, a few flowers here, and a number of different peppers that we're growing. You can see some of the peppers. We have collard greens at their infant stage that we transplanted. Here's some red clover, some this is the second crop that we planted. That's Bibb lettuce. We've got some Roma tomatoes there, some red romaine lettuce surrounded by honeydew melon plants. And here's another area of flowers that we attract beneficial insects with. Over there we removed the red winter wheat and have placed bell peppers. We've got black-eyed peas, green romaine lettuce, more green romaine lettuce, and on the sides here we've got some collard greens and turnip greens, which we're letting their roots get established. Bibb lettuce, more collard greens, some Siberian kale, and in this section over here we had more Siberian kale that we let winter over and go to seed. We've harvested the seeds and put down some bush beans. Here's some beets and some squash that we got squash growing in different successions. We have some that's yielding now and some that's just growing up so that we can have a continuous flow of it. People like squash. And over there is cantaloupe, more turnip greens. We've got some beefsteak tomatoes that are in their infant stage that we transplanted. And here's some mesclun. Here's some Armenian cucumbers. We've got some arugula that's coming up and ready for pulling up. We've got some pickling cucumbers, some more bush beans, and of course lots of sunflowers. We got a nice amount of sunflowers this year. And here's your straight 8 salad cucumbers, a little bit of cilantro, and over there you see the green Swiss chard. Here's some of the squash that we are currently pulling from. As the squash grows, you can see some of it starting to come out. There's a lot of morning glories around the outside. We've got corn over here, and on the outside, the north side of each bed of corn, we've got pole beans so that they can grow up alongside the corn and not need a trellis. And that's garden number 2. We'll go across the street to garden number 3. We work with the children from the Shelby County Juvenile Justice System, teaching them urban farming from in sponsorship with the Department of Agriculture through the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. And we'll proceed to garden number 3, which is directly across the street from garden number 2. And we have more black-eyed peas that are being harvested, and we have some butter beans that are starting to come up. We have a little watermelon and some sweet potatoes that are coming up, and eggplant, as well as some more okra, and there's some more beefsteak tomatoes, and we've got more of the Armenian cucumbers, more squash. And this area, it got flooded out, but we're going back with watermelons. We have several fruit trees, a couple of golden apple, there's a cherry tree, there's some another apple tree, there's grapevines, there's a peach tree. In the back there's a pear, there's another cherry tree, and here's another peach tree. And back there you'll see our bees. We have 2 beehives, and they're doing very well, producing lots of honey, which we let them maintain a lot of that honey the winter over. And we've got some the buckwheat and some alfalfa back here, which they like, and some squash is starting to come up, which they extract pollen from the bulbs. And we have a few different medicinal herbs over here that we utilize for various things. Milk thistle is a good detoxifier, good for the liver. There's a few different ones in here. For the sake of time, I won't bore anyone with the gory details of what each herb does. This is a cage that we've built for rabbits, and it's directly connected to our chicken coop, which we've yet to obtain any chickens, but we have a facility ready for them. And we'll proceed back across the street. There's one other item that we would like to share with you in this video, and that's our soon-to-be farmers market. It's yet to open, but we are hopefully just a couple of steps away from actually opening our farmers market. And I'll walk around the perimeter of gardens number 1 and 2 so that you get to see the west side of the facility. We've got a few placards up that we like to think in terms of subliminal suggestion. You know, think, learn, grow, love, respect, Landmark Gardens. And in the front, on the north side, we have similarly placards that we like to think in terms of them providing a message. And of course, we want it to be a positive message. And just to give a little insight, the placards start off with, I can. Next is ability. Then, I will. Then, purpose. Then, I am. Success. The premise being, when a person takes these sayings in the heart, I can equals ability. our will equals purpose, and therefore whatever a person desires to achieve, they can be successful at it, utilizing those things in a positive manner, of course. And here is where our farmers market should be. And it's not a large facility, but it's about 900 square feet. We've got a couple of vegetable stands and merchandise stand. Got a retail checkout counter. That door leads behind the checkout counter. This door leads to our supply room and employee eating area. And we have some supplies. It's just a matter of putting the last few details into effect so that we may open up and allow people to enjoy the fruits and vegetables that we have to offer. And it's my hope and belief that by virtue of the Orange Mountain area being a food desert, and this being the first farmers market in the Orange Mountain area, that people will benefit from our organic fruits and vegetables. They have no chemicals. They're harvested with love, and they're grown with tender care. This is the kitchen area of our farmers market, and the back porch leads out to garden number 1. So we're back at the beginning, and I hope you've enjoyed our little tour of Landmark Training Development Company's community garden. And if you have a further interest, we have a manual entitled Landmark Community Garden and Urban Farming Manual that's available on Amazon. And because we work with young people and at-risk youth, we also have a publication entitled Landmark Life Skill Training. And to the extent that the Orange Mountain area is in need of revitalization, we have a publication entitled Real Estate Rehab Investor Style. So this is a swale, which we determined that the water table was 4 feet on the north end of the garden number 1 and 5 feet on the south end. So we dug down a foot so as to allow the water to permeate underneath and allow the roots of the plants to receive water and moisture even when there's no rain. So that's it. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed our little tour, and you have a nice day. Goodbye.